Hey guys, this is Grace of GB Maltese, and I hope you're doing finer than frog's hair. Look at this beauty! My little cupcake from Spell Queen. I am to my last color right here, so I thought I'm going to do a little whip and chat while I finish this beauty up. This has been so much fun to work on, and I'll tell you why. The drills are awesome. The stickiness of the canvas is just right. You get, there's 33 colors, and out of those 33, 16 of these are ABs. Look at the shine on this and the colors. This is gorgeous. This has been one of the more fun diamond paintings that I have done in a while. So if you are looking for something fun and pretty to do, I will put a link to this kit down below under the video in the show more or description box, wherever, depending on what you're watching on, so you can see where you could get one just like it. It's so pretty. I am so happy with the way it's turning out. It's just gorgeous. I knew it was going to be pretty and colorful, but wow. This is beyond what I dreamed even. This beautiful. Look at it. I did have someone comment and said this would look great in a bakery, and it really would. Or in my kitchen. I do have a friend who owns a bakery, and she specializes in cupcakes. So we'll see if I can part with this or not. Where she could hang it up in her bakery shop. I don't know. It's just so darn cute. This would be cute anywhere. It's just so cute. Look at his little face. It's precious. And all those pretty colors. Anyway, I have almost finished, as you can see, and have any of you gone out and purchased this one as yet? I know some of you told me you were planning on getting it. It's just so cute. Now that you can see it coming to a finish, and you're seeing these stay on perfectly. I will show you how many drills I have left over once I get finished, so you can see the total amount. But I am really impressed with this. Very impressed. And as I said, I've enjoyed working on this. I wasn't able to, I had kind of had a sore throat. Allergies are just crazy this year with all of the pollen. So when I wasn't feeling that great, I worked on this and it made me feel better. It sounds crazy, but it's true. This was such a happy painting. And the change in the colors. That's just awesome. So what are you guys working on now? Are any of you working on, I know there's probably different collabs going on at this time. I need to do one with cupcakes. This would be perfect. Or just one with lots of beautiful colors. This would go with a rainbow painting. I think it's got every color in the rainbow. Truly. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. Not sure if I got them all or not. I wasn't counting. I used to know all of those, and now I don't remember. But they are gorgeous. So pretty. Can you imagine having a cupcake? If I had a cupcake that was this cute with this little face, I couldn't eat it. It's just too cute. Way too cute. Anyway, what are you guys working on? Are you doing something besides diamond painting? I know some of you like to do other crafts. Like most of us crafters, we do more than one thing. We got to keep ourselves busy so we stay out of trouble. I know I do. Sometimes I can get myself busy working on this and I can forget about wanting to snack on something. If you're not doing anything and your hands are free to move too much, sometimes I'm thinking, I'd like me some more of that. When I know I don't need it, I just want it. So I enjoy doing this. We have, the last time we were talking about strange and crazy laws, and I had someone say they wanted me to find some from Australia, so I'm going to be looking that up. I have more crazy laws to read to you, but this isn't going to take that long to finish, so I thought I'll just wait on that. But I have done a thing on idioms before. Those are things that are in our language that really don't make up any sense, like barking up the wrong tree. Like, when you say that, that means, you know, you're coming to the wrong person to get something. I don't have it. Like if someone said, could you lend me $100? I might say, you're barking up the wrong tree, honey. You need to go somewhere else. And we have a lot of those phrases, and as a lot of you know, I taught English as a second language. During part of my teaching career, I taught for 34 years. And that was one thing my kids had a hard time understanding. What do you mean? I'd ask them, what do you think pulling my leg means? Or I'm pulling your leg. Well, they actually thought I'd be going over there pulling their leg. So I used to have them act things out with what they really meant. And I have done some of these in the past where I told you where some of the sayings came from. Some of the ones that I thought were really interesting, one of the ones that comes to mind, and a lot of us use that a lot, is don't let the cat out of the bag. That means don't tell a secret. Well, back when they used to have market days for the farmers, the ones who raised pigs, they would have baby pigs and they would put them in a bag because those little piglets were hard to catch and put in a sack for the farmers to purchase and, you know, carry along with them. They'd have to chase them down, so they'd put them in a bag. Well, there were some farmers who were very crooked, and they would put cats or sometimes other animals that were a whole lot less expensive than the piglets the farmers thought they were buying. So, if a farmer opened up the bag to just check and make sure that what they had in that bag were piglets and not something else, and if cats came running out, it was, hey, you let the cat out of the bag. Yeah, they got the secret out. That guy was going to cheat them. He had cats in there instead of the piglets that were supposed to be in there. I thought that was really interesting. I mean, where these things come from? It's crazy. And there's another saying I thought was interesting. He just turned a blind eye. Let's say that someone was doing something they weren't supposed to be doing. And you decided, you know, they're really not doing anything that bad. So you just ignore it. You just don't pay that much attention. You turn a blind eye. Well, that saying came from a general. I don't remember. He may not have been a general. He was a sea captain. And they were at war. And he was told by the commanding officer that he needed to cease fire on the battle that he was having against another battleship. And what he did, he said, I never saw the sign. They gave signals because they didn't have radios and that kind of thing. So what he did was, this guy actually had one eye. He was blind in. So he put the spyglass, or his little telescope, up to his blind eye. So he did. He looked through it, but he looked through the spyglass with his blind eye, and he said, I never saw a signal. Well, he wasn't lying, but he ended up winning that battle, and he was promoted. So he knew that he was winning the battle, and he needed to go ahead and continue. This was a British ship, I believe. I'm not sure who they were fighting against, but I found the story to be quite interesting. Can you imagine? He holds it up to his eye. I never saw anything. Well, you know, he wasn't lying. He just didn't tell him. But I did put it up to my blind eye, so I wouldn't have seen it if it was there anyway. Where our sayings come from are just too funny. Some of you, I know, had heard some of the ones that I had said. A lot of you have heard the one, Saved by the Bell, which I thought was one of the creepiest ones. It really, I've read it in several different places that this really was something that did happen. But Saved by the Bell came from back in, we're talking a long time ago. Sometimes, you know, the doctors a person might have some kind of a disease and they appear to be dead. There are certain kinds of things that can happen to a person and they appear to be dead. Well, back in those days, they didn't have embalming and they didn't have ice to keep the body from decomposing. That's the word I'm trying to look for. So they would have to have the funeral and everything pretty quick. And they would bury the person fairly quickly after they died. And some people claimed that they knew that some people had been buried alive. So what they did was they attached a string down inside that coffin. And that string ran up through the ground and was attached to a bell. So if they were still alive and they happened to wake up during that time and they rang the bell, they were said to have been saved by the bell because they would dig them back up quickly and save them. A person had to sit there and watch for that bell to ring, and that is where the term graveyard shift comes from, because they had to sit out there all night listening for that bell. I'm not sure how many nights they would sit there, but when it was their turn to sit there, because they would have to do this day and night, and someone had to take the graveyard shift. So we got Saved by the Bell and graveyard shift from that one, which I found quite intriguing. And another thing that people did is they didn't bury the people right away. They had what was called a wake. And some people still call this a wake today, where you sit with the body of the deceased person. And what they would do is sit there to see if that person would wake up. So they weren't buried for, 2 or 3 days. So if maybe they were drunk and passed out and they maybe couldn't tell if they were actually dead or not. they sat there, and what they called it a wake because they were going to wait to see if that person did wake up. Can you imagine sitting there and someone did wake up and sat up? That would cause all kinds of freakiness, and a lot of people do know that that can happen with a body that has not been embalmed. The body can still move, and sometimes they can sit up. That's just weird. But the things they had to do back then, because they didn't have the modern things that we have nowadays. The doctors can really tell if a person is no longer living. They have different ways of checking. But back then, and some people were really terrified of being buried alive. They said they sometimes would dig up a grave for some reason, and there were scratch marks in the top of the coffin where the person had been scratching to try to get out. Now that I've made your day here, sorry, but those were some things that just kind of really stuck with me. And I'm finished. Isn't that precious? I love it, I love it, I love it. That is really cute. Tell me what you think. Is that not adorable? Let's pick it up, and this was so easy to do. If you've never diamond painted before, this actually would be a really nice one to start with. If you just want something fun and really colorful, I love it. That is perfect. I love this so much. The symbols were easy to read. As you can see on the side, you have 2 legends. The glue was awesome. Now, I want you to take a look at how many drills I had left. I have them clipped together by tins. That's just an easy way for me to work on that when I have a smaller one. I just clip those bags together because I already had the bags and the labels on it, so that made it even easier. Look at all of these I have left. I did not come close to running out of any color. So I have to say, I'm impressed with the kit from Spell Queen. I really do like it. So I hope you enjoyed watching me finish this up, because it is cute. It is as cute as it can be. Look at that. He just brings a smile to my face. Just so cute. Well, I'm going to let you look at it for just another couple of seconds, and then I will let you go. I hope you're having a fabulous day, guys. Y'all take care. Be careful out there. Love you, and God bless. Bye until next time.